It is time for Blazer basketball. It is game number 14 for the Blazer women. They face off tonight against the York College Spartans. The Blazers come in 3-10 overall, 0-6 in the Capital Athletic Conference. The Spartans 10-3 overall, 4-1 in the CAC. Doug Raftery, my partner Ryan Hedrick, with you on the Hood Athletic Network, the first live video feed for Hood Athletics. It's been a long road, but it's finally here. We welcome you. The Blazers 2-8 all-time against the York College Spartans, including 0-4 here in Frederick, Maryland. The first game at the BB&T Arena. However, the Blazers won on the road in York last season, 75-68 for the first time since a 72-71 win on January 5th, 2006. Now for the Blazers, last season's matchups against the Spartans. In game number 1, it was that 75-68 win. The Blazers drained 10 three-pointers. They set a school record for most points scored in a CAC matchup. Both teams, the Spartans and the Blazers, both had stretches of good plays. The Blazers went on a 12-1 run in that first half. York went on a 10-0 run in the second half. But Hood, they played good basketball in the second half. They didn't trail after the 13-20 mark in that second half. Diana Prater, the Blazers' leading scorer this season, had a double-double. All 14 of those points came in the second half, had 10 rebounds. Talley had 3 points. Maris had 6. And the Blazers shot 47% from the floor in game number 2 last year. Only 3 weeks later, the Blazers fell 64-59 at home at Fort Detrick. It was a 19-19 game at halftime. York outscored Hood 45-40 in the second half. Kristen Haley of the Spartans had a game-high 21 points and 10 rebounds. The Blazers are going to have to deal with her tonight, along with Asia Walfer, who chipped in 9 points. Diana Prater had 19. Tally, Maris, Boyce, and Byers also action in game number 2. Maris scored 5. The Blazers in their last one, Ryan, they fell to 0-6 in the CAC after a 68-47 loss on the road to Marymount. But there were some bright spots in that one, bringing in Ryan Hedrick.
Oh, there certainly was. Good evening to you, Doug. They were down 17-4 in Virginia on Saturday and went on a 13-0 run to eventually tie the game. And you know, you had Rachel Wiley getting involved. She had a couple of buckets back-to-back in that sequence. Diana Prater played inspired basketball. But the bottom line is, Doug, there was no sustainability. They didn't do anything to keep it up. They turned over the ball way too much in the second half, and the wheels came off the cart in the second half. They stopped hitting field goals. They continuously turned the ball over. And, you know, Marymount, just as any team would, seized the opportunity and eventually won that game by 21 points.
Now we look to this one, Ryan. The Blazers 3-10 overall, still looking for their first CAC win. York 4-1 in the CAC. They are towards the top of the standings, and we have a couple of key matchups to look forward to in this one. One's Diana Prater and Asia Walfer.
Yeah, Asia Walfer is sort of the glue that makes this defense work. She is a player that inspires her teammates by diving on the floor for loose balls, going after loose balls with a vengeance, and much like Diana Prater, Doug, she has great eyesight. She keeps her head up on the dribble. She finds her teammates in transition, and boy, does she push the ball. The Hood Blazers have a lot to do within her.
Another matchup, April Sparkman, the second leading scorer in the CAC, the fifth-year senior, against Rachel Wiley, the true freshman for Hood.
Yeah, well, Rachel Wiley has a lot to learn. As we saw on Saturday, one thing Rachel needs to really work on is putting the ball up, sticking it up, and getting the layup. She gets a lot of easy layups just based on her height, based on the way she maneuvers around the basket. What we need to get her to do, though, is to put the ball up right after she gets it. A couple of times during the game against Marymount, Jack Mail looked over to her and said, get the ball, score the layup. It's that easy. Don't kick it out and try to reset the offense. But when you talk about April Sparkman, Doug, talk about a fifth-year senior that's coming back from an ACL injury, second in the conference in scoring 17 points a game, second in rebounding almost 9.5, fifth in three-point percentage. And this is a player that really gets it done in all aspects of the game.
And if it sounds like the Blazers have a lot to deal with Walfer and Sparkman, well, there's another player, Ryan, for them to deal with. The big three for York. The last one, Kristen Haley.
Yeah, Kristen Haley, fourth in the conference in points per game, almost 13. She was named Player of the Week on the week ending December 12th. During that week, Doug, a monster week, 17.5 points a game, nearly a double-double, 9 rebounds a game, but she shot 50% from the field. Icing on the cake, she shot 100% from the charity stripe.
We sat down with Diana Prater only a few minutes ago. Prater averaging 13 points per game. We'll take a short break and play that interview when we come back on the Hood Athletic Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show on the Hood Athletic Network. Doug Raftery here with Blazers starting point guard Diana Prater. And Diana, Blazers come in 3-10 overall, 0-6 in the CAC. You have a tough York squad today who comes in 10-3, 4-1 in the Capital Athletic Conference. You are the team's leading scorer this season for Hood. What do you guys have to do against York today in order to get a W?
Honestly, we just have to get defensive stops. They have the leading scorer in the CAC, and then we just have to keep her under average. She's going to score. Everybody knows that. The main goal is just keep her under her average and don't let anybody else just outshine us. I mean, we have to control the players, keep them under the average, as well as keep April Sparkman on her average.
Here with Diana Prater, Blazers starting point guard. And Diana, we've talked about on the broadcast over and over again. You've been playing this year with a little bit of a hurt ankle. Tell us how that's feeling, and has it improved at all?
My ankle feels great. After the Notre Dame game, coach gave us 10 days off. I got the rest. I took full advantage of it. Came back against Washington Venice. Felt great. Feels like no.
Talk about head coach Jack Mail a little bit. In his first season with the Blazers, looks like you guys have a new philosophy. Talk a little bit about him, how good he's been for you guys.
Coach Mail has been a great coach. I mean, I know it has to be hard for him kind of coming in here. Everybody knows Hood, women's basketball. It's not a very good program, but I mean, he's trying to get it and work on it and build it. I mean, his first year isn't going as well as he expected to be going, but we have 11 more games, and like he told us yesterday, we can still turn the season around.
Prater and the Blazers look to do exactly that. Thank you, Diana.
No problem. Thank you, Doug.
Welcome back to the Hood Athletic Network. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you courtside at the BB&T Arena. It's the York College Spartans visiting the Hood College Blazers in women's basketball. We just heard Diana Prater say, Ryan, the Blazers, they have 11 games left. They're not going down without a fight. You got to love it from Diana Prater.
And she ran up to our broadcast position here courtside at the BB&T Arena and said, hey, watch how the starters come out. And I tend to believe when Diana Prater speaks, the 5'4" guard has a lot more heart than the than anything that could fit in her 5'4" frame. And we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, anything's possible. You could look in the matchup between Goucher and compare those numbers, and anything you want to compare. The one thing you can never measure, Doug, is the heart and the desire of a team.
And that Goucher matchup you are talking about, Ryan. The Blazers defeated Goucher on the road 63-58 on December 5th. Well, York played them on November 22nd and beat Goucher 79-35. The Blazers, they have a tough task ahead of them. There's no doubt about it, Ryan. The York Spartans, they come in this one second in the CAC. They're 4-1, 10-3 overall. But if you look at the Blazers, Ryan, they started the season off 0-6. They have since won 3 of their last 7, and they have some bright spots. They have Rader, they have Wiley. And how about Rachel Wiley this season so far?
Rachel Wiley has been excellent. She is a work in progress, as we documented on the pregame show. But the one thing about her height, you can't teach that. At 5'11", she has plenty of potential. The fundamentals are there. The things that are missing from Rachel Wiley is the basketball knowledge, the presence of mind to just get that rebound and stick it back up. She can pad at least 5 or 6 points to her average if she just stuck the ball back up after a rebound. I mean, you look at the numbers, Doug, first in rebounding conference as a freshman, come on, 10 rebounds a game, first in blocks, 3. Her closest pursuer, 2. So she's doing some things that definitely get it done, definitely contribute to her team. But again, you can't teach height, and that's one thing Rachel Wiley has on her side.
We'll take a break on the Hood Athletic Network for the national anthem. We will be back for the first live video feed and tip-off here at the BB&T Arena.
At this time, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
About to get started here at the BB&T Arena. Now for the starting lineups. First, for the York College Spartans. The Spartans come in 10-3 overall, 4-1 in the Capital Athletic Conference. Starting at guard, a 5'10 sophomore from Olney, Maryland, Kelsey Murphy. Another guard, a 5'8 sophomore from Ellicott City, Maryland, Asia Walfer. A 5'11 senior guard from Walkersville, Maryland, April Sporkman. A 6-foot forward, a sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland, Kristen Haley. And a 5'9 sophomore forward from Dover, Pennsylvania, Brittany Hicks. Head coach, Betsy Whitman in her 15th season. Assistant coach, Sue Kuhn. Now for your Hood College Blazers, coming in 3-10 overall, 0-6 in the Capital Athletic Conference, starting at guard. The floor general, the 5'4 junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Diana Prater. Starting at guard, the 5'4 freshman from local Frederick, Maryland, Brianna Lee. A 5'8 junior guard from local Frederick, Maryland, Jessica Talley. A 5'11 freshman forward from Frederick, Maryland, Rachel Wiley. And a 5'8 junior guard from Myersville, Maryland, Emily Mayers. Head coach, Jack Malin, his first season. Assistant coaches, Allison Lethbridge, Brian Martin, Jen Moxley, and Antoine Nixon.
Well, as we documented in the pregame show, Doug, this team is the Hood Blazers I'm talking about have not had much success against the Spartans in the past. 2-8 against them all time, including here 0-4 in this city, not necessarily in this gym because the BB&T Arena just opened. They won on the road in York last year, so anything could happen. And once again, if you missed the pregame show, we were talking about the fact that they had a 13-point comeback in the first half against Marymount, only to blow it by turning the ball over, by shooting a low percentage from the field. And I think one of the things that sticks out, Doug, to me is they did not get high percentage shots. The high percentage shots went away. They stopped rebounding the ball. They stopped executing fundamentally sound basketball, and therefore they were eventually blown out. But they are looking forward to tonight. And as Diana Prater came over to press row and said, hey, you don't know what the starters have in store for York, and this is a huge game for York, Doug. They're chasing first place in the Capital Athletic Conference. We'll have to see what happens. One thing for certain, the Hood Blazers are going to have to come out with a ton of enthusiasm, and they're going to have to execute early and often.
There's no doubt about that. We talked in the pregame show about Diana Prater saying, hey, look how we come out as a team, the starting lineup. Well, they all gathered into a circle, and then the starting player who's being announced was dancing in the middle of the circle. You love to see that, Ryan, because even though they're struggling this year, it means that they're having fun.
Yeah, it means they're having fun, and we're in front of a boisterous crowd on hand here at the sparkling new BB&T Arena on the campus of Hood College here in Frederick, Maryland. And It should be a great matchup, and I'll tell you what, you never know, Doug. Last year, Hood hit 10 three-pointers, an unprecedented amount of three-pointers against this defense, and hey, when you start hitting shots like that, anything is possible.
Tip-off will be by Rachel Wiley. And York player Kristen Haley. York wins it. Bringing it up the court will be Asia Walfer, the starting point guard for this Spartan squad. Over the left side, now near the left corner, working down into the left low post. Shuffle pass over down low into the right low post. Basket by Brittany Hicks. 2-0 York. 19:40 left in the first half.
Brittany Hicks got the ball deflected, came back strong, scored the layup. York on front, 2-0 early.
Mayers has it for the Blazers on the right side. Now to Jessica Talley in the right corner, inside the three-point line, walking down low to Rachel Wiley in the middle part of the paint. Now throws it up with the left hand, left side, and it's off the back, and York comes down with it.
Like the move by Rachel Wiley. Nice, strong, aggressive backstep move to the hole.
Three-pointer York up from the right side and in for April Sparkman. And boy, the Blazers don't need her to get hot in the beginning of this one. Second in the CAC in points per game at 16.9.
Also fifth in three-point percentage.
Very good is Sparkman. 5-0 York. 18:58 left in the first. Mayers driving right elbow now over to Prater. Prater right side baseline. Spin move into the lane, and she'll get fouled on her way up. Bill will be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Yeah, like the move by Diana Prater. Got the ball baseline, spun into the traffic, drawing the lane. 5'4" junior does not have any qualms about going to the hole, even against the biggest of players.
Prater at the line. First one off the front end. Prater comes in, struggling from the free throw line. Only 51% this year, but does lead the Blazers with 13 points per game. Prater, the second one, the right-handed shooter, puts it right through the twine. Blazers point on the scoreboard. 5-1 York, 18:50 left in the first. Over the left side for York, it's Kelsey Murphy. Murphy on the left wing being guarded by Brianna Lee. Now to the top of the key to Walfer. Walfer over the left wing. Three-pointer for Hicks. That's off the front part of the iron. Offensive rebound for Hicks. Working down low into Kristen Haley, and she will travel underneath the basket. Turnover on the Spartans.
Well, Haley got the ball inside, was swarmed by a trio of Hood Blazers. Great defensive rotation by them, and Jack Mail, hey, looking to get something back, you chip away. You can't get there are no 4-point plays, so you start right here with this possession.
Prater, a pass into Talley. Talley got it at the free throw line, now goes to the right side near the baseline. Now it's Lee on the right wing. She is guarded by Sparkman. Lee driving baseline, fall away jumper. That's too long, and it's pulled down by Sparkman. Sparkman wearing that right brace on the right knee. She did have ACL surgery last season. Releases the three. Left wing. That's no good. Mayers will bring it down, and the Blazers want to run it. Prater past midcourt. Prater, 3-on-2 opportunity down the Wiley. She misses the left-sided layup off the glass, and York comes down with it.
Great look by Diana Prater on the break. No-look bounce pass, not finished by Wiley, though.
Walfer has it inside the three-point line right side. 5-1 York, 17:45 left in the first. Over to left side to Murphy. Murphy, a shuffle pass over to Sparkman. Now looking down low, and it's off of a York player on the baseline. It'll be Blazer ball.
And that's not a bad entry pass by York, but credit the defensive rotation by Hood and the desire to get in there and three-team again in the lane and crowd that lane. Don't make it a free-for-all underneath. Force them outside. Make them make the tough shot.
5-1, Spartans lead over Hood. 17:34 left in this one. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you on the Hood Athletic Network. First live video feed for Hood Athletics. Prater has it inside the free throw line. Now to Talley at the top of the key. Talley working around to the right side. Picks up her dribble, and she went up for the shot. It'll be called a jump ball as Brittany Hicks put her hands up and held the ball along with Talley. It'll be possession arrow favoring Hood.
Well, nice play by Hicks, and just kind of stuck her arms up, and Talley just shot it into her hand, forcing the jump ball.
Near side baseline inbounds for Brianna Lee. Off the Talley. Talley to the right of the key. Now to Wiley down low, and Wiley, before getting off the shot, will travel. Turnover on the Blazers, their first through the first about 3 minutes.
But I see a huge positive, and Rachel Wiley is getting the position she needs. She's in position, just the fundamentals, just a little bit of fundamental basketball lacking right now.
Wiley coming off a big 12-point performance against Marymount. 5-1 York over the Blazers, 17 left in this first half. Errant pass for York as they try to get it to April Sparkman up top, but it just goes out of bounds on the near side. Turnover on the Spartans, their third in this one.
It's not like York isn't getting the shots, but Hood putting the clamps down defensively, and York has yet to score in the last 2.5 minutes.
5-1 Spartans over the Blazers. 16:45 left in the first half. Talley looking down low. The pass is right into Sparkman's hands, however, and the 5'11" guard takes it up over the left side. Baseline jumper, 12 feet out, is no good for Haley. And it'll go out of bounds on the far side baseline off of the Blazers' hands. It'll be York ball.
Rachel Wiley trying to grab the ball, just slipped off her hands, out of bounds to York.
Inbounds pass, down low pass. A nice one at that. And the 2 points is converted by Brittany Hicks. And York with a 7-1 lead early in this one. 16:24 left in the first.
Emily Mayers just turned her back, and just for that split second, cost her a basket.
At the right elbow is Talley. She loses control of it. It's on the floor on the far side. Mayers will pick it up outside the three-point line. Mayers, top of the key to Talley. Talley looked at Prater. Now dribbles past the right elbow. She's guarded tightly. Her back towards the basket. Finds Lee pumping out. Top of the key is Lee. 3 in the shot clock. Releases, and it'll be an air ball. Doesn't hit anything. Out of bounds. 7-1 York. 15:58 left in this first half. The Blazers trail by 6. It'll be a full timeout on the floor. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you on the Hood Athletic Network. And Ryan, so far in this one, the Blazers just not playing very good basketball so far. Struggling down low is Rachel Wiley.
Yeah, it's something they've suffered all season with, Doug, and that's a turnover problem. They have a turnover problem. The lack of fundamental basketball will always kill you. And the bottom line is, when you're playing a team as well as good as York is, Doug, you can ill afford to make critical turnovers. And at points where you need to execute, you really need every basket you can get. And right now, Hood just needs to get something on the board. Like I said, a 7-1 ball game could have easily been 11-1. You're rotating defensively. Now it's time for you to execute on the offensive side of the ball.
And how about April Sparkman so far early on? She's been impressive.
You know, I was watching her. She's as fluid a guard as there is in the Capital Athletic Conference. And what she does is she runs the floor so well. She keeps her head up on the dribble. And we were talking to somebody close with the team, Doug, before the game. And certainly the offensive categories that she's ranked in, there is no mystery as to why she's a leader or atop the leaders in each of those categories. She's a fundamentally sound basketball player.
Back to play here at the BB&T Arena. Blazers trail 7-1 to York. 15:55 left in the first half. Running the point will be Walfer as she crosses midcourt, guarded by Prater. Now working around the left side near the baseline, passes it out to Sparkman. Sparkman up top to Hicks. Now over to the right side, working down low are the Spartans. It's Haley down low. It's picked by the Blazers. Prater wants to run it coast to coast, right to the hoop. Prater, she is fouled on her way up, and she will go to the line to shoot a pair. Good aggressive play.
Well, you gotta love the energy and enthusiasm by Diana Prater, the great defensive play, taking it coast to coast. And hey, maybe that's what she meant when she said, watch how we come out. She's single-handedly taking this game over, at least from a defensive side of things. And she took it coast to coast and almost got the and one to drop.
Prater, the first free throw, is off the front of the iron. The Blazers will check in Heather Boyce. She'll take out Talley. Walfer will come out for York, along with Kristen Haley. Checking in for York, Madeline Sloan. Also checking in will be Khadijah Mitchell. Mitchell, the 5'2 senior from Bel Air, Maryland. Prater at the line to attempt her second. 1 of 3 from the free throw line so far in this one. Blazers trail 7-1 against the Spartans. 15:36 remaining. Prater is going to miss the back end, but Wiley's going to bring it down on the offensive boards. Now Lee has it, left side baseline. Now Mayers on the right wing. Mayers three-pointer too long, and it's brought down by Sloan. York controls it.
You got to follow that shot Emily Mayers had that was straight as a string. If she would have followed up, she might have resulted in a layup.
On the left wing, Kelsey Murphy. Murphy, top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell over to the right side. It's Brittany Hicks. Hicks looking down low to Sloan. Sloan on the right low block. Shot was partially blocked by Mayers. York controls it. Ball did hit the rim, and now York throws it out of bounds on the nearest sideline.
I was going to say, one of the things that York has going for him is this roster is laden with youth, And in turn, they've been playing together for the last couple of years, but they've all started together. They all play together. There's tremendous chemistry on this team.
And when you say youth, it's 8 sophomores. Mares, left side shot on the baseline, about 7 feet out. She'll get it to go. Blazers score their first basket of the game.
Look at Emily Mares on the post up, the nice drop step fadeaway jumper, and a nice conversion by Mares.
7-3 York over Hood. 14:35 left in the first half. Left side baseline turnaround. Jay is no good for Hicks. Ball is on the floor. Hicks will come up with it, and now a fresh shot clock. Mitchell will control. Over to left side to Murphy. Down low to Sloan. Now to Mitchell. To the left. Inside the three-pointer. 18-footer is too long. Hits the top of the backboard, and Karam's out to the Blazers. Prater dribbling past midcourt. Prater guarded by Mitchell. Left side, right side to Lee. Lee, right-sided layup. That is no good, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds by York. Blazer ball.
Well, Betsy Whitman, the head coach for York in her 15th season, was pleading with somebody to stop the ball as Diana Prater went across the half-court line because she knows how dangerous she is in transition.
Brittany Persic will come in for the Spartans. Subbing out will be Kelsey Murphy. Blazers inbound it. It's Prater at the top of the key. Prater working to the left side. She'll go to the hoop, mid-lane left side. She was fouled, and it'll be 2 shots for Diana Prater as it'll be called a shooting foul. 7-3 York, 14:03 left in the first.
Jess Selby checking in, the sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and checking out of the game Brittany Hicks, 5'9" sophomore who gave Hood fits at times early on in this one.
And it won't be a shooting foul. It was a foul on the floor. Third team foul on York. Pass right side, Prater. Her tippy toes are going to hit that sideline, and she just laughs at the referee, said, no way.
Yeah, she knows, though. She was looking right down at it. She knows her toes were touching the line.
7-3 Spartans, 13:51 left in this first half. Sloan has it, right side near the baseline outside the three-point line, working down low. Sparkman up with the left hand and counted as a bucket. Sparkman, nice athleticism there.
Inside, outside, the 5'11" senior can really kill you from all aspects. A local girl from Walkersville, Maryland.
9-3 Blazers trail to York. 13:30 left in the first. Lee on the left wing. Lee dribbling with the right hand, looking for someone down low. The play is yet to develop. Now Lee at the free throw line to Prater. She pump fakes, drives, left side, puts it up and in about 12 feet out. A nice sweet touch.
Stopping and popping and knocking down the 15-footer. Nice touch by Prater.
York up the court. It'll be Jess Selby. Releases long range from 3. That one was too strong, and Hood will bring down the defensive board. They only trail 9-5 with 13 left in this one. Brianna Lee up top, guarded by Sparkman. Now Prater, the Blazers floor general. Prater right to the hoop. A block is going to be called, and it'll be an inbounds for the Blazers.
And she is literally willing this team along. When there is no offense, she's creating the offense.
9-5 York, 12:54 remaining, and that's what Diana Prater does best, Ryan, is she drives to the basket. She's not going to hit a lot of shots from 15, 16 feet out, but she will be good driving into the lane. Wiley has it on the inbounds, on the right low block, and it is rejected by Sloan off of Wiley's right leg, and it'll be York ball.
Oh, Rachel Riley is having a very tough start to this first half, and the freshman is getting some experience in there for sure against some veteran players that really know how to battle for position inside with her.
Walford, Sparkman, Sloan, along with Selby, and Persic on the floor for York. It's Mares, Lee, Boyce, Wiley, Prater for Hood. York working, looking down low to Sparkman. Sparkman on the left side baseline, and that right foot hit the baseline. It'll be a turnover on York. They're 6th in this one.
Well, Sparkman is a wiry player, but she can go inside, she can go outside. She gets great position for a player that's not generally bulky. And right there, she showed her versatility by going along the baseline, trying to get a backdoor layup, but just stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Brianna Lee subs out, tallies in. Prater running the point, past midcourt, puts up the shot from the right side, mid-lane, and it's no good. It'll be knocked out of bounds off of York. A good play there by Jessica Talley, working hard to get to the baseline and knock it off the Spartan defender.
She never stopped working there along the baseline, and that hustle enabled the Hood to keep the ball. Jack Mail right now screaming out instructions, and the referees are going to confer a little bit and ask, I have a hard time believing that one referee didn't see it as close as he was, but they all want different opinions to get the same conclusion.
9-5 York over Hood. 12-12 left in this first half. Inbounds pass to Wiley. Now Mayers. Mayers, the little floater in the middle of the paint. No good. Offensive rebound is missed by Talley, but the Blazers still control with a fresh shot clock. On the right side, Wiley outside the three-point line. Prater will reset right in front of the tip-off circle. Prater guarded by the tall 5'11 Sparkman, looking for Mayers on the right side. Prater is called up. Sparkman in her face finds Talley right side baseline. The shot will not fall, and it's brought down by Madeline Sloan. York wants to run down the court. It's Selby on the left side baseline, and it is knocked out of bounds by Hood's Diana Prater. Substitution for York coming in, Kristen Haley, along with Brittany Hicks coming out, Madeline Sloan, and Jess Selby. Blazers trail 9-5, 11:39 left in the first.
Well, Jessica Talley's energy has really impressed me, Doug. She's 0 for 2 from the field, but the way she's got to the ball is very impressive.
York has it at the top of the key. It's Walfer. Walfer left side Sparkman. Sparkman, a nice little move outside the left side. Now she works mid-lane left side. That won't go for her, though, and it's out of bounds off of the Spartans.
No, Betsy Whitman trying to make the call. Unfortunately, she's not wearing pinstripes, and that ball is going to be Blazer ball.
Blazers 5, York 9. 11:20 left in this one. Blazers playing good defense early on. 4 of 11 only for York from the field. The Blazers, on the other hand, 2 of 14. They look to get hot as this game continues on. Heather Boyce on the right wing. Now to Talley. Talley working her way to the top of the key. She'll pull up for the 18-footer. Was bumped after the shot. No foul called. It was an air ball, and it'll be York ball, but oh boy, I thought that one was a foul.
Yeah, absolutely, and it buckled her hips a little bit, the contact. But the bottom line is, you know, you're playing good defensive basketball. You're only down by 4. You still got a shot against a very, very good team.
Down by 4 is Hood. 10:52 left in this first half. York has the ball on their offensive end, and a foul will be called as the far side referee is going to blow his whistle, and it'll be a turnover on the Spartans, their 7th.
It was quite a contrast from the 2 games we had last year where Hood put up 75 and 64 respectively. A very low-scoring game in this one.
Blazers trail by 4, 9-5, 10:43 left in the first half, and an illegal screen is going to be set by Rachel Wiley as Mayers came around to the top of the key. Wiley, it'll be her first and the team's first.
Well, the good thing about it, Doug, is we don't have to look at any players in foul troubles here. But again, the learning process continues to evolve for Rachel Wiley, who's having a tough evening to start the game.
Wiley, very much praised defensively by head coach Jack Mail this season. Said she needs some seasoning on the offensive end, however. York has it down low in the paint, and it's partially blocked by Wiley. No surprise there. Blazers come away with it past midcourt. Prater onto the right wing. Now it's Mayers. Mayers over the left side to Boyce. Boyce, a three-point shooter for the Blazers. Pretty effective from out there this season. Now to Prater. Blazers want to reset, run the offense. 13 on the shot clock, 10:06 on the game clock. 9-5 Spartans. Prater driving left side baseline, up and no good, but she'll be fouled. And boy, the dribble drive is creating problems for the Spartans tonight.
How about the dribble drive? How about the double clutch pump fake in the air? The wherewithal to draw the contact, duck under her defender's hand and draw the contact to get to the basket and get to the line.
Prater makes the first free throw. The foul is on April Sparkman. The 6th-team foul for York. And the Blazers, on the other hand, only 1 team foul. Prater now 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Make it 3 of 6. She now has 3 of the 7 Blazer points. They trail by 2 with 10 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, just squeaking it out here. Nobody ever asked how much you won the game by, just if you won or lost.
Walfer dribbling it up, guarded by Prater, over to the left elbow. Brittany Hicks, she releases the shot, no good. Sparkman underneath the basket, she brings it foul. Shot up, no good by her on the right low block, but she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the 5th-year senior continues to work the ball outside, work the ball inside, and I'll tell you what, she's a woman of many talents that she got to the basket effectively, and she's good at establishing position and getting her own shot back, even if she misses it, following it back. We have a substitution for York as Taylor Santor will come into the ball game and checking out Brittany Persich.
Second free throw by Sparkman is good. Misses the first, makes the second. Sparkman came in 75% from the free throw line. York is going to change up the defense as they go into a trap defense. They only lead 10-7. Prater all the way down the court, over to the right side, the boys. Right side baseline drive, scoop shot, and she'll be fouled getting into the zone. Blazers really, really aggressive. This might be the most aggressive we've seen them all year getting into the lane.
And I'll tell you what, looking at the shoot around and hearing the I guess the idle threat that Diana Prater issued to the score team on press row here, they are pushing the ball inside, getting inside shots, and they might not be the best looking shots, and I do not believe Heather Boyce would have made that shot if she wasn't fouled, but nevertheless drawing the contact, going to the line, and taking advantage of your opportunities.
Boyce makes both free throw attempts, and the Blazers trail 10-9, 9:38 left in this first half. Boyce will check out for the Blazers, and subbing in will be Brianna Lee. It's Lee, Wiley, Prater, Mayers, Talley on the floor for Hood. Sparkman on the right side outside the three-point line, and Talley really frustrating her on the defensive end. Now on the left side is York, top of the key to Walfer. Walfer, ball above her head, now at the waist, over to the right side to Brittany Hicks. 8 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper. Walfer off to the left. Offensive rebound for Hicks, however, and York is going to reset. Now driving into the lane is York's Taylor Santer. First 2 points for her, and York leads 12-9, 9 left in this first half.
Beautiful drive by Santer, finger rolling it up, and now we have a turnover on Hood.
And Mayers just carried it as she got to the right side baseline, and a 30-second timeout is going to be called by York head coach Betsy Whitman. 12-9 Spartans, 8:58 remaining here in this first half, and the Blazers shooting only 2 of 15 from the floor, Ryan, but it doesn't really matter when you're only down to 3 to the second place team in the CAC.
Yeah, and what you do is you keep it close and you look for an opportunity where you can get back into the game at a later time. You're not playing great basketball right now, true, but you're in it. You're only down 3 points. You're doing what you want to do. They're playing against your tempo right now, and I really believe even though Hood leads by 3, Hood is controlling the tempo and has controlled the tempo for most of the, 11 minutes and 2 seconds that we played. Diana Prater is getting some open shots, Heather Boyce going inside, and once Rachel Wiley heats up, which we hope she does in the second half, things might start turning around and looking good for Hood.
30-second timeout is up. We return to play. Walfer over midcourt, left side. Over to York player, now on the right side, Walfer looking down low, and nicely executed offensive play. Right-sided layup is good for Brittany Hicks, and Hicks has 6 points now in this one, a game high.
Yeah, that's a nice cut by Hicks, nice catch, nice finish inside.
And that's the 30-second timeout for you. Draw up a play, get the Blazers defense uneasy on the defensive end, and now on the offensive end they throw it away, and it's stolen by Walfer. Walfer right side, jumper 16 feet is off the front part of the iron for Santer. Hood will come up with it, Lee past midcourt, past the Prater. Prater is going to be mauled right inside the free throw line. It'll be the 7th team foul on the Spartans. 14-9 York over Hood, 8:12 remaining here in this first half. It's actually the 8th team foul on York.
Well, somebody saw something during that timeout, and Betsy Whitman got a basket and then got a turnover immediately after that. Hood can ill afford to let this game slip away.
Prater misses the free throw. It was a 1-and-1, so York will come down with it, bring it up the court. Now they are working down low on the left low post. It's Sparkman now to Walfer. Walfer, a backdoor pass, reverse layup for Hicks. Boy, nice execution the last 2 times down the floor for the Spartans, and this is probably the team that Betsy Whitman, head coach for York, is used to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a credit to the chemistry. You're starting to see some nice crisp passes, some nice routes run, and you're starting to see on the end result, couple of more points, suddenly Hood down by 7.
16-9 York, 7:35 left in the first. Lee has it for the Blazers, outside the left elbow. Now to Wiley at the free throw line. Prater releases right wing, and she got the three-pointer. Oh, the Blazers only their 3rd basket in this one, but they trail 16-12 to York, 7:20 remaining here in this first half.
Well, if her teammates are unsure, Diana Prater certainly believes that this team could hang in this ball game. She is doing it single-handedly here in the first half.
Prater with 8 of the Blazers' 12. York on the other end. First shot, no good. Second one is followed up by Taylor Santer on the right low post. That is converted for 2 points. Santer has 4. Blazers trail 18-12. 7:05 left in the first half. 30-second timeout called by Blazers head coach Jack Mail. Hood only down by 6.
Yeah, but I like the timeout by Jack Mail because when he called the timeout, I looked over to the bench and he kind of raised his hands as if to say, he looked at Jessica Talley and said, where's the enthusiasm? Where's the energy you had just 2 or 3 minutes ago? Again, if you're Hood, this is a good team in York, and true, you know, they might be the better team, but at the end of the day, they're 4-1 in the conference. You're trying to mess up their season, and you have a great opportunity to do that in this arena where it's filling up continuously as the minutes go on. And, you know, just fundamental basketball, guys. Come on. Carry the energy over from the timeouts, and Jack Mail, you know, has confidence and a belief in his players that they can do that.
The Blazers were tight in the first half in their last game against Marymount. They trailed by only 6 in that one at halftime on the road on Saturday. It is now Wednesday, and it's York at home. We return to play. Lee inside the lane, a couple feet out, shot rejected. The second one's rejected as well from the right low post. Riley's shot on the offensive board's no good. Her follow-up is good. The Blazers with 4 attempts that time, and they get 2 points out of it.
If it doesn't succeed, try again.
18-14 Spartans, 6:25 left in the first half. Spartans working over the left side, a skip pass from Sloan over to Walfer. Walfer on the left wing, outside the three-point line. Now it's over to Santer. Santer bounce pass down to Sparkman. She's double-teamed in the mid part of the lane. Here is Sloan, pump fake. She has an easy jumper about 5 feet out, and it hits the back part of the iron, no good. Blazers working down the court. Talley on the right side baseline. Talley is going to take a break. Now she puts it a skip pass over to Lee, almost stolen by Sparkman. Lee driving in the lane. Wiley down on the right low post. Shot too strong. York will come up with it. It's Walfer. Walfer in between the tip-off circle. Now over the left side. It will be York's Taylor Santer. Now down low to Hicks. And Hick is going to travel. And it'll be a turnover on the Spartans, their 8th of the game.
Kelsey Murphy into the ball game, as is Brittany Persich for York.
Sparkman, Walfer, check out. 2 of the key players for York.
Yeah, and I can sense the energy kind of starting to turn a little bit. Hood's scored the last couple of points. And again, you're getting good looks at the ball, as that last possession documented, where Brianna Lee and Rachel Wiley got 4 attempts between them.
Lee has it on the left side, dribbling with the right hand, working down low to Wiley. Wiley guarded by Sloan. Talley now. Talley right side near the baseline, and she'll travel. And the Blazers, their 7th turnover. They trail 18-14 to the Spartans. 5:25 remaining in this first half. Brianna Lee will check out, and the three-point threat, Emily Mayers, will check in. Mayers, 37% from three-point range this season. That's good for 4th in the conference.
It'd be nice if she hit a couple in transition in the next couple of minutes.
Sloan has it, right corner. Now top of the key to Hicks. Hicks over to the left side. It's Murphy. Murphy, skip pass over to the right side. Dribbling is Santer. Santer, left side baseline pass to Sloan. And Sloan shows nice 10-foot range. Hits it from the left side baseline. And York back to a 6-point lead. 5 minutes left in this first half. Mayers has it on the left side, now to Prater. Prater is going to work against her defender in Persich. Prater goes into the zone, and she is fouled on the way up. And Prater really aggressive again, getting to the free throw line. This will be attempts number 8 and 9, because it's going to be called a shooting foul.
And once again, single-handedly, Diana Prater keeping this team in the ball game. But again, Doug, I like the looks and controlling the tempo. And the one thing you have to say about these Hood Blazers is they have not given up. But what we're seeing on the York side of the ball, at least offensively, nice, crisp passing. The one pass, the 2 passes during their fast breaks, the ball never really touches the ground. They're getting some good looks, but Hood is weathering the storm.
Prater misses both, fighting up for the offensive rebound. Wiley throws it back to Prater, and from the right low block, Prater puts in the layup, and Diana Prater in double digits. She has 10. Blazers trail by 4. 4:38 left in the first half. Now York has it, top of the key to Hicks. Hicks driving left side off the left glass. That's no good, and York will control it on the offensive rebound. Pull-up jumper by Santer's no good. Mayers will rake it down, and the ball is knocked out of Mayers' hands, and Mayers will foul a York player as they got the ball from Mayers. Going up for the shot was Hicks, and she'll go to the line to shoot too. That one looked pretty clean from Emily Mayers. I don't know about you, Ryan, but Mayers isn't happy about that one, as her back is towards the basket, and now she's going to have to play basketball again.
It looks like she made a great recovery to me on that play, got all ball, but the referee thought otherwise. And guess what, Doug? his opinion is the only one that counts on the floor.
Hicks this year, very good from the free throw line, 82%. She misses the first, however, off of the back part of the rim.
Yeah, this is a team that shoots well collectively, almost 74.5%.
She makes the second one, Hicks that is, and Hicks now with 9 in this one. 21-16, York over the Blazers, 4:11 remaining. Prater working right low post. Oh my, she just drove all the way in there, uncontested, makes the 2-point basket. She has 12, and Hood's down by 3 with 4 left in this first.
4 or 5 shooting from the field. She's willing her team here.
Hicks over to Sloan. Sloan, her shot, too long from the right side baseline, 10 feet out. Blazers control it. They're down 1 possession with 3:45 left in the first. Prater is going to run the point for the Blazers right in front of the midcourt circle. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you on the Hood Athletic Network. Prater releases the 3 off balance, in and out. It wouldn't go for Prater. She's already made 1 in this one. It'll stay at that number for now at least. Sloan has it inside the 3-point line right side. Now, top of the key to Santer. Over to left side to Hicks. Hicks steps inside the 3-point line. Pass down low. Reverse layup for Persic. That was no good. And the Blazers will come up with it. Prater dribbling past midcourt. Prater will turn her back now to Wiley. Back to Prater. 20 on the shot clock, 3:10 on the game clock, 21-18 York.
April Sparkman will be in the next time it's dead.
Prater picks up the dribble, now Boyce. Boyce, open 3, left side. Oh, did she call bank? It doesn't matter. It's in. We have a tie game on our hands. 21-21, 2:53 left in the first.
The bank is open, and Hood has fought back to tie this one up, Doug. A brand new ball game.
Kelsey Murphy, oh, she shows some range on the other end. The 3-pointer, and the Blazers trail by 3 again. It's 24-21. We have 2:35 left in the first half at the BB&T Arena. An exciting game here.
Kelsey Murphy's team-tying 22nd three-point field goal made.
Tally on the right wing, off to Wiley at the free throw line. Now to Mayers. Mayers dribbling. She'll pull up from 18, and it'll go in and out. No good. Brought down by Hicks. York wants the run. It'll be Santer. Santer dribbling with the left hand over to the left side. It is Murphy. Murphy now into the left corner. Shot too strong by Santer. Prater will bring down. 3-on-1 opportunity for Hood. Prater straight to the hoop. Left-handed layup. Too strong, but it's because she got fouled on the wrist. And she'll go to the line again. This will be attempts number 10 of 11 from the free throw line for Prater.
That speaks to her ability to get to the basket, and we have seen fireworks here in the last couple of minutes with teams exchanging long field goals and exciting transition points. And I'll tell you what, we've got a game on our hands, Doug, because Hood does not look like they are going anywhere, as Diana Prater has been the cog in this engine, so to speak. And she's basically getting to the basket, the smallest player on the floor getting to the basket anytime she wants.
Prater makes the first free throw, cuts it to a 2-point lead. Sparkman, as you said, Ryan, was about to check in, and she did for York, so she's back in the game. Prater, the second free throw made, only the first time tonight that Prater has made both free throws, as she is now 5 of 11 from the charity stripe. Murphy controls it on the left side for York. Now to Kristen Haley. Haley's 3-pointer off mark. Offensive rebound for York. Out to Murphy. Murphy long range again. That's off the mark. And Prater will bring it down in the left corner, and she'll lose it near side sideline. Thought it was tipped out of bounds by York. Not so, says the near side referee. Blazers trail by 1:42 left in the first.
You never want to assume, though, on that play that you're going to get the ball back. Always go for the ball until the whistle is blowing. Let the ball decide the play, not the fate.
Persic, the crossover move, resets to Haley. Now to the right side. Right low post is York. Now into the right wing for York. Now it is Sparkman. Sparkman into the lane. She'll be pushed as she entered the lane, and it'll be the 4th team foul on the Blazers. It'll be on Jessica Talley, her second foul. Blazers trail 24-23, 1:27 left in the first.
Well, Diana Prater, no stranger to big games. In the first game last year, she had a double-double with 14 of her points coming in the second half. In the second game, she had 19. And she pretty much did against that team last year what she's doing here tonight, and that's the score at will. She has 14 points here in the first half.
How about this? Sparkman at the free throw line. She only makes 1 of 2, but they called that a shooting foul. I can't believe that. Didn't look like Sparkman was going in. Prater pass down low to Boyce, reverse layup, and she put too much on it. Offensive rebound, Wiley, and Wiley is going to travel on the left low block. Turnover, Hood, their 10th of the game. 25-23 York, 1:18 remaining. Tally checks out for the Blazers. Brianna Lee back in.
Well, if you look at Rachel Wiley's line, 1 for 6 from the field, but 6 rebounds. She's getting the ball once again in a position to score, just lacking the fundamentals of putting it back up and in.
Murphy to the right side to Sparkman. Sparkman, a nice little step. She'll drive into the lane, mid-lane right side, hit the short-range jumper. Score 2 for Sparkman, her 9th, and 57 seconds left. York 27, Blazers 23.
More than halfway to her average of 17.
Prater driving. She is working on the York player, Persich. She puts it off the glass and in from an awkward angle on the right side. Prater, wow, with 16. York down the court. Sparkman will travel on the right wing. The Blazers are not backing down from this daunting task tonight, Ryan.
This is exactly what you want to do. Finish the half on a high note. Go into the locker room, make your adjustments, come out firing on all cylinders in the second half and just let it loose, see what happens.
Blazers trail 27-25, 33 seconds left on the game clock. There's about a 12-second differential on the shot clock between the game clock. Mayer's over to left wing, and she will be called for an offensive foul. No, it'll be an illegal screen, actually, on Rachel Wiley, the second on her.
Coming into the ball game for Hood, Emily Strapp. She'll take a seat. Rachel Wiley, actually Emily Strapp will come into the game. Rachel Wiley will take a seat.
27-25 York. Shot clock turned off. There's 25 seconds left in this first half. The Blazers, they were tied with Marymount with a minute left in their previous game, and Marymount hit 2 threes to end it that first half to lead by 6. Let's see if York does the same to him. Murphy on the right side. Murphy looking down low to Sparkman. Can't find her. 8 on the game clock. Murphy, long range, 24 feet out. Oh! She got it, and the Blazers have just been bitten this year on the threes. Maris shot off the right side of the backboard to end it past midcourt. And boy, as I say it, the York Spartans do the same thing Marymount did in the last game against the Blazers. It is 30-25 York over the Blazers, as we will have a 15-minute break for the beginning of that second half. And boy, Ryan, the Blazers only trailing by 5 to a very powerful York squad, and you have to like what you're seeing from Diana Prater so far in this one.
Yeah, Diana Prater has been the glue of this collected team tonight. She has got to the basket at will. She has pushed the fast break. She has made very, very few, if any, bad decisions in distributing the ball to her teammates and controlling the contact and taking the shot, not forcing the shot, but getting her own shot and getting a good shot. And at the end, how do you defend that three-pointer by Kelsey Murphy? The answer is you don't. That's a 24-foot shot that is unguardable, and if it's going to go in, it's going to go in. But I'll tell you what, Doug, when you look at the scoreboard and you see only a 5-point deficit, and this team York I'm referring to chasing a first place bid here in the Capital Athletic Conference, all you can ask for is for Hood to keep it close and have a shot in the second half, and they have done exactly that.
And how about Hicks for the Spartans? Checking the statistics real quick. Hicks so far in this one has 9 points. She leads the Spartans, and she's been very effective down low so far.
Yeah, she absolutely has. And if you look at a player that's fundamentally sound on all aspects, both offensively and defensively, first of all, Doug, we are talking about a fifth-year senior. Sure, we're talking about a girl that tore ACL last year. She had some difficulties coming back, but once she is able to establish a rhythm and get back, we look at her and we look at the game notes, as Doug pointed out before the game, and we see this is a girl, 16 points a game, good for second in the conference. Second in rebounds at 9.3, fifth in three-point percentage, fifth in minutes played. So she not only plays a lot, but she's effective when she plays, and you can see it. She's excellent at establishing position. She gets her shot, but she's also very patient. You can see the experience all over her.
Blazers trail 30-25 at halftime. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you at the Hood Athletic Center, the first live video feed. We thank you for tuning in. Blazers, well, they have a shot. That's what they gave themselves here as we are about to enter the second half in about 13 minutes. We'll be back for for the start of the second half and about 8 minutes to tell you what the Blazers need to do to pull out a W on the Hood Athletic Network.
That's the end of my speech. I'm gonna need you to clap.
Sorry about that. It's right on the live stats now, but I'm at it. I messed up a foul, I told you. So wait, during breaks, are you guys like looking at the camera? Yeah. And are they like zooming in on you?
Tuning in Baltimore, he said the audios and the video are both really high quality. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
I told him next time, no, it might be. Yes, what how they go. So who got that back? Nick has 2, Sloan has 9. Okay. She said it's right on the live stat. So did I write it down right? It's 2. Yeah. And then Sloan 9. Okay, cool. All right, oh man, who's the referee, by the way? I don't think I'm not out. I know, we're on the live. We're not even on the live stat. It could be on there. Maybe he'll pan in on us, who knows?
Should I go, you want me to lead off or you want to go to 23 people watching? That's awesome. Hey, do you want me to lead off or I'll okay, cool. That's good.
I mean, obviously, this might turn into a draft, but
it might not.
Yeah.
That's why.
Here's a good thing, yo. Let's say this. This. Oh, okay.
Got it.
Meanwhile, this year, it's under 59. Okay. We're pretty much on pace 60. So
if we have 23 hits for the winner, think about what happened in the end. What could happen in the end?
I agree.
Ready?
Welcome back to the Hood Athletic Center on the Hood Athletic Network. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you here at the BB&T Arena. It's York 30, Blazers 25 after the first half of play. And the Blazers, led by Diana Prater, 16 points. She's 5 of 7 from the floor, only 5 of 11 from the free throw line. The Blazers could be tighter than 5-point deficit if she made some of those, but you know, you'll take the 16-point from Diana Prater effort, Ryan.
Yeah, and you know, you say they could be closer than 5, it could be larger than 5. So the bottom line is Diana Prater had an excellent first half. She was 5 of 7 from the field, 5 of 11 from the line, and that's the big thing there, Doug. She really imposed her will. She took the ball down the floor, and sometimes ill-advised, in my opinion, 2-on-3, or 1-on-3 rather, 1-on-4 sometimes. But, you know, she had 16 points, and she is the reason that they're only down by 5. And, you know, when you look at it, you know, she really set up her teammates. Rachel Wiley had a very tough first half. 1 out of 6 from the field. She was a recipient of many great passes from Diana Prater.
Absolutely. As for York, they came into this game 10-3, 4-1 in the CAC. The Blazers 0-6 in the CAC. A lot of people thought that this one would be a runaway. They thought that York was going to run away with this one. But as we heard in the pregame show, Diana Prater said, "Nuh-uh, we're playing all 11 games like we have something to play for." And there's a lot of time left in this season. And York being led by April Sparkman and Brittany Hicks. Sparkman 3 of 6 from the floor for 9 points. Brittany Hicks 4 of 8 from the floor for 9. Both of them combined 18 points out of York's 30, and both talented players.
Interesting stat here, Doug. Interesting fact, rather. Hood has won all 3 of its games this season when holding the opponent below 59 points. And at the half, York has 30 points. So we'll see. Hood is definitely on a pace to play some good basketball. But we've seen a couple of times this year, and it's a trend I'm kind of disturbed by, where Hood doesn't make the proper adjustments. And when you look over at the total turnovers right now, Hood 11. And that's a pretty good pace. You want to keep the turnovers lower than 20, I would imagine, if you have a chance to beat York. But there's been a couple of games this year that we've been together that they haven't made the adjustments, only to fall behind in the second half and stop executing good fundamental basketball. So we're going to have to watch that in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about the Blazers on the defensive end. They've won all 3 games this year when they hold their opponents under 59 points. Well, York, on the other hand, Ryan, they are first in this conference as a team in points per game. They average 64.7 points per game, and you wonder why, because they have a player in April Sparkman who is second in the CAC with 16.9 points per game. Obviously the leader on this team, but other players like Asia Walfer, like Kristen Haley, especially Haley, who has no points in this one. Haley averages 13 a game. That's why they're a good team. They spread it around.
Let me give new life to that fact. In all 3 of those matchups, Hood held the competitor under 30%. So we look at 36.5% as it stands now for York. We'll see what happens.
As we are about to return to play at the BB&T Arena. Again, it's York 30, Blazers 25. As we start the second half, York will inbound on the far side midline. It's Sparkman going to run it for York. She'll find Hicks. Skip pass over to Sparkman. Sparkman working against Talley. Sparkman at the right elbow over to Walfer. Walfer over to the left side, now working down low. Left low shot by Hicks is no good. Second attempt is no good as well. And Sparkman is going to come up with the offensive board. She'll travel on the right low block. And I'll throw the play-by-play over to Ryan Hedrick.
All right, Doug, thank you. Sparkman walked with the ball, but that does not negate another good move by a very fundamentally sound basketball player in April Sparkman. So Hood has the ball, 19:30 left to go here from the BB&T Arena. Ryan Hedrick, Doug Raftery with you, and as the Hood Blazers get the ball into the front court, Jessica Talley travels with the ball. So it'll be the 12th turnover for Hood, who is down by 5, 30-25 with 19:26 left to go here in the second half. Remember, coming up, game 2 of a doubleheader tonight at the BB&T Arena. York men versus the Hood Blazers, who have won 5 straight games. Can't wait for that one. But some business to deal with here. April Saltzman again walked with the ball, and another turnover. So back-to-back turnovers now.
It's actually going to be called a foul on Sparkman. She extended that right hand, I guess. It'll be the second on her.
Could have walked, should have walked. It looked like she did walk. In any event, Diana Prater brings the ball into the front court right to left. Emily Mayers now gives the ball free throw line to Jessica Talley out to Prater for 3 from the right side. That's no good, and with 19 minutes to go, York holds a 5-point lead, 30-25. Into the front court for York is Asia Walfer. Walfer top of the key to a 3-point shooting Kristen Haley. That 3-point shot is no good, and Hood comes away with it. It's Brianna Lee into the front court, left side to Diana Prater. 18:44 left to go, and York up 5, 30-25. Emily Mayers above the 3-point line, backs it out, now gives left side to Diana Prater. Prater right back to Mayers. Mayers terminates the dribble and gives to Prater. Baseline left to Talley, out to Prater, out to Mayers. Now they go around the perimeter to Brianna Lee. Brianna Lee, 3 on the shot clock to Prater for 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Fighting for the rebound is Jessica Talley, and a great hustle play by Talley is Kristen Haley in her battle for the ball.
And how about York switching it up on the defensive end? They're more of like in a box one type of defense, except the defensive player is playing near the foul line that would normally be in the key.
Brianna Lee inbounds it to Prater. Prater to Brianna Lee now, who inbounded to Prater originally, and she misses the 3-pointer, but Prater steals it back. Prater penetrates in the lane, pulls up right elbow the key, and drains the 15-footer.
Man, we've seen some of these nights from Diana Prater, and when she's hot, boy, is she hot. Really feeling it tonight with 18.
17:57 left to go. York up 30-27. With the ball in the left corner is Asia Walfer. Walfer top of the key to Kelsey Murphy, who hit a long 3 to close out the first half. Now a jump shot over there by Kristen Haley. That shot no good. And we have a foul on the play.
It's just knocked out of bounds by York.
Out of bounds, so Hood will get it back with 17:41 left to go here in the second half, and down by 3, 30-27. Brianna Lee in the front court, baseline left to Emily Mayers. The entry pass left to the key to Jessica Talley. Turnaround jump shot, no good, but she got excellent position, almost drained a very tough jump shot. Into the front court is Asia Walfer. Walfer gives it on the left side to Kelsey Murphy. Her 3-pointer is no good. Brianna Lee saves it from going out of bounds and gives it to Jessica Talley as she enters the front court, right to left across the half-court line. Pass away and goes into the hands of Prater. Prater penetrates in the lane all the way to the basket. Right-hand runner is no good, and York comes away with it. 17 minutes left to go, leading 30-27. And into the front court, getting a basket is Christine Haley. And the defense just broke down for Hood on that play.
Yeah, good job on the first attempt, though, by Sparkman on the right low block, as Sparkman wasn't able to convert because Mayers was right in their face, but unfortunately for the Blazers, Haley right there to finish for 2 and an opportunity for 1 more.
So Haley will go to the line where she's 81% at the line, Doug, and she drains that free throw, extending it to 6. It's 33-27 with 16:56 left to go in the second half.
How about Haley? Only her first field goal. She's 1 of 8 now tonight.
Brianna Lee advances into the front court with Diana Prater handling the ball on the right side. Now she gives baseline right to Emily Mayers. Entry pass to Wiley. Nice pass inside to Lee, and it's blocked and rejected in there. And Jessica Talley shoots it. It's blocked and rejected as well by Christine Haley. A couple of brilliant defensive plays by Haley. Into the front court now with the ball, Asia Walfer. Walfer loses the ball to Diana Prater. Prater comes right to left across the half-court line. Prater on the way, drops it off to Lee off the glass for 2. And Brianna Lee gets the 2-pointer to fall, cutting the lead to 33-29 York.
Well, we saw Prater go right to the hoop. York knew she was going to, so she just dropped it off. Good job by Prater.
16:10 left to go here in the second half, and inside losing the ball is April Sparkman. And into the front court, Hood loses the ball back into the hands of Kelsey Murphy. Murphy and York will slow it down. Now the entry pass intended for Brittany Hicks thrown over her head, but there was a push in the back on the play. Picking up that foul is Emily Mayers.
Yeah, I think, it was Mayers. And, man, looked like we were playing football there for a second. Hicks went flying.
Jessica Talley will come out of the ball game. Heather Boyce into the ball game. It's Boyce, Lee, Mayers, Wiley, and Prater for the Hood Blazers, who are down 33-29 with 15:55 left to go here in the second half. The entry pass into Christine Haley. She loses it, gets it back, drives the baseline, throws it up, and she was bailed out on the foul call.
Yeah, you can't foul there if you're the Blazers, Ryan. You just have to have her make the acrobatic shot, and Haley getting more involved here in the second half now, getting to the basket a lot easier.
Haley will go to the line where she's perfect tonight, 1 for 1 We documented how well she shoots free throws at 81%, and now she's 2 for 2 as she drains that free throw, making it 34-29 York with 15:46 left to go here in the second half.
Haley, this season, 13 points a game, didn't have a point in the first half, now has 4 in the game.
So Hood down 6, 35-29 as both free throws are converted. 15:40 left to go here in the second half with Hood working right to left. Emily Mears trains a three-pointer from the right key. That is a sight for sore eyes for Jack Mail and crew.
I'm telling you, Ryan, the Blazers aren't going away in this game. I don't care what anyone says. This is going to be a tight one.
With the ball is Kelsey Murphy. Murphy swings it around the perimeter to Kristen Haley, who drives the baseline, throws up an air ball, getting it back on a nice offensive rebound is Brittany Hicks, and she will be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
If you're the Blazers, again, underneath the basket, in a tough position was Hicks, and you foul her. Make her make the shot. That's 2 consecutive fouls down the court if you're the Blazers, and to the free throw line to shoot 2 points will be York's Brittany Hicks.
Brittany Hicks, 81.5% from the line, and they're shooting free throws at an unbelievably high clip. 74.5 rather, is a team.
Yeah, that's first in the conference, Ryan. Very efficient from there.
Free throws are both good. They've hit their last 4. York leads 37-32 with 15:15 left to go, and we'll take a timeout as Jack Mail and crew will talk things over. And let's talk about strategy here, Doug. Certainly after the timeout, you're looking for a basket right away, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt. Draw a play up. And, you would like to get Rachel Wiley involved in this second half. Only 1 of 6 from the floor in that first half, Ryan. But work her down, though. Yeah, I mean, she can finish. There's no doubt about it. Use Diana Prater as a decoy. Let her dribble drive. Shuffle it over to Wiley. Wouldn't be surprised to see Prater dribble in the lane and find a tall Wiley.
But a counterpoint to getting Rachel Wiley involved, Doug, is she has 3 fouls in the ballgame. So you got to kind of shield her and still be able to use her effectively. So with 15:15 left to go, we're out of the timeout, and York leads 37-32. Diana Prater into the front court. Prater, a right-hand runner off the glass, and a nice shot, and she continues to be dominant.
Or Prater could just take it herself. You don't need to listen to me. I am not head coach Jack Mail.
14:58 left to go. York leads 37-34. On the dribble drive is Sparkman. Now she pulls it back and shoots a 3, and it's no good, and she gets her own rebound back and resets the offense to Asia Walfer. Walfer, the entry pass intended back to Sparkman, and the pass is knocked out of bounds, and with 14:44 on the clock, York still retains a 3-point lead, 37-34.
And the Blazers going to keep it tight. I keep saying it.
Kristen Haley shoots from the left side. Her 15-footer is no good. And look at Rachel Wiley battle for the rebound and pull it down. Her 9th of the ball game. And York still leads by 3.
That's about her average this season.
Emily Mears from the left side shoots a 3-pointer to no avail. Rachel Wiley battling for the rebound, and she'll come away. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors York, and they'll come down with a 3-point lead, 37-34.
Gotta love Wiley on the glass, though, Ryan. Now in 9, she averages about 10 rebounds per game, and she's reached double digits in the rebounding category this season in 8 of the 13 games she's played this season. So very active on the boards is Wiley.
I like the way she's playing with those 3 fouls. Has not stopped aggressively pursuing the basketball. With the ball in the front court is Kelsey Murphy. 14:16 left to go, and York leads 37-34. An error ball is shot by York, but putting the ball up is April Sparkman, and making it off the glass. Sparkman now has 11 points. She's into the double-digit column. She averages almost 17 a ball game. With the ball is Brianna Lee. Lee at the top of the key. The entry pass to Boyce. A lackadaisical entry pass is knocked away and in the hands of York. They come left to right. Asia Walfer on the left side. Nice dribble drive crossover to elude her defender. And the shot is an air ball. And getting the rebound is Brittany Hicks, and she's fouled by Diana Prater.
And Prater tried to reach in there. Didn't want the referee to call a foul on her, but unfortunately for Prater, she'll pick up her first as Emily Strout. Jessica Talia will come in for Hood. Brianna Lee will check out for the Blazers, along with Rachel Wiley, who has 3 fouls.
So Wiley will take a seat. To reset the lineup for Hood, it's Prater, Boyce, Strout, Mares, and Jessica Talley. Now York inbounds the ball 39-34. They lead 13:40 left to go here in the second half. With the ball in the left corner is April Sparkman. Sparkman has it knocked out of bounds, I guess off her foot.
Yeah, I think it went off her foot, Ryan. And Sparkman, she's a little frustrated over there. Hasn't been able to get into a big-time rhythm.
And Hood is within arm's length of tying this ball game if they just get a couple of stops and a couple of baskets. 39-34, Hood down 5, 13:25 left to go here in the second half. Heather Boyce with the ball, top of the key to Emily Mares on the right side. Right back to Boyce, who's dribbling with the left hand above the three-point line. Now the entry pass to Jessica Talley. Right elbow the key. Talley, baseline right. Her shot is an air ball, and York controls. York pushes left to right with Brittany Hicks on the dribble. She gets to Sparkman, and Sparkman filling the left side with the left-hand layup off the left side of the glass. And Jack Mail takes a timeout with 13:01 left to go in this one. York's up 41-34.
And how about April Sparkman, Ryan? She's been very good. 13 points now in this one. And Sparkman, let's talk a little bit about her. April Sparkman from local Walkersville, Maryland, the second leading scorer in the CAC. She had a difficult injury last season, as the York broadcasters were telling you before the game.
Well, that's what perseverance does for you, Doug. She's a fifth-year senior. She tore her ACL. She was working around 4 freshmen last year, freshmen who are all sophomores. Now they're all together in the lineup, and when Sparkman came back for the first game of the year against Hopkins, a game in which they lost by 7, you know, after that they proceeded to win 9 straight games, and that's because they gelled well in practice. They continued to work together. Sparkman continued to integrate herself into the offense and into the defense. Therefore, you have a team that has 10 wins on the season, that has 4 conference wins, and is like within a game of the Capital Athletic Conference lead.
Sparkman also fractured her nose earlier this season, is not playing with a face mask. Talk about toughing it out a little bit, Ryan, as we return to play.
Yeah, we're returning to play, Doug. 13:01 left to go here in the second half. Ryan Hedrick, Doug Raftery, and our producer and director Jaime Ramirez with you from the BB&T Arena here at Frederick, Maryland. York up 41-34 as Hood has the ball with 12:57 left to go here in the second half. Heather Boyce brings the ball left to right across the half-court line. Now gives the ball to Prater. Prater right back to Boyce on the left side. Boyce holds it up with the left-hand dribble. Now she goes back to Prater on the left side. Right back to Boyce. A 2-player game on the left side. Now to Emily Mares. Mares with 6 on the shot clock, 5 on the shot clock, 3 on the shot clock as Heather Boyce has it back to Mares with 1. And her three-pointer is no good off the front of the rim, and Hood had to really hurry to get a good shot.
They're looking down low to Straub, just couldn't find her. Straub wasn't getting good position.
With the ball into the front court is Asia Walford. Now she gives the ball to Sparkman. Uh-oh, her three-pointer is good. Sparkman knocking it down. She's starting to come to life, Doug, here in the second half. 13 points.
She actually has 16 after that three-pointer, Ryan, and that's about her average of 17.
York extends the lead to 44-34 with 12 minutes left to go here in the second half. With the ball is Diana Prater on the left side. Now she gives right back to Boyce. Boyce with 10 on the shot clock gives right back to Emily Mares. Same pattern as last possession. Emily Mares, baseline right to Boyce, to Mares, 3 on the shot clock. Prater shoots it from 20 off the front of the rim, no good. And battling for the rebound, and there is Heather Boyce. She comes away with it, and great hustle by Heather Boyce as again, Hood let the shot clock bleed down to 2. Try to hustle and get a possession again.
It's almost like the inside-outside game is non-existent without Rachel Wiley in there, who's now subbing back in. I think head coach Jack Mel saw that. Yes, Ryan, she has 3 fouls, but you can't have York pull away in this one.
Kelsey Murphy checks out of the ball game for York, and Hood has a fresh shot clock. They're down 10, 44-34 with 11:39 left to go here in the second half. Heather Boyce brings the ball right to left after retrieving it in the backcourt. Now gives to Prater. Prater with 22 on the shot clock, 11:29 on the game clock, and down by 10. Rachel Wiley back to Heather Boyce on the right side. The entry pass to Talley, baseline right. Her turnaround jump shot is no good. The ball's battled for in there, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be York basketball. And Jack Mail does not like that call, and the referee from the sideline is now going to overturn the call and give it right back to Hood.
Wow, and you hear a lot of boos here, Ryan. A lot of York fans here tonight, only about an hour, 15-minute trip I'd say a good probably 50-50 split between York and Blazer fans.
They certainly travel well. There's a good energy and a good electricity in this gym tonight, Doug. 11:18 left to go. The sloppy entrance pass is knocked away into the hands of York. They have it. Asia Walfer takes it down left to right. Oh, beautiful no-look pass to Sparkman. Now back out to a shooting Brittany Persich. Her shot is no good from the right side from about 17, and Hood controls down by 10, 44-34, 10:58 left to go here in the second half. Heather Boyce shoots a long jumper off the top of the backboard, no good, and York now controls the ball and the time. Nice backdoor cut by Brittany Persich. She can't get the layup to fall. It's out of bounds. The ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Hood Blazer basketball.
Good ball movement on that offensive possession for York, though, as Brianna Lee comes in for Boyce. The Blazers trailing by 10 now with 10:43 left, and you see York shooting 33.3% from the floor. They've stayed about consistent from the floor. The Blazers, on the other hand, they've gone cold, now shooting only 28% from the field.
Yeah, the Blazers have gone almost 5 minutes without a field goal, Doug. 10:33 left to go in this one. Hood down 44-34 with Prater on the drive, and she goes up and gets hammered. And one thing that is happening for her is she's getting to the line. This will be free throw attempts number 12 and 13 of the game.
Yeah, and it's funny if you think if York looks at the scouting report, they see, hey, Prater only shoots 51% from the charity stripe. Let's put her to the line. Let's not make her, or let's not have her have any easy shots, even though she's 7 of 13 from the floor, so she's been pretty good from there.
Her free throw is good, cuts the lead to 9 for York, 44-35 with 10:29 left to go here in the second half. Prater on the back end of the free throw is good. She gets both of them. She's now has 22 points in this ball game. And with 10:26 left to go here in the second half, York up 44-36. Into the front court, dribbling is Brittany Persich. Now top of the key to Asia Walfer, and she gets a three-pointer to go from the top of the key. Walfer knocking it down. And for Asia Walfer and York, they have a 47-36 lead with 10:05 left to go here in the second half. Prater into the front court, loses the ball, and coming up with it is Brittany Persich on the dribble drive of Persich. And a hustle play by Prater knocks it away. Diving on the ground now, Sparkman. She comes away with it. She misses a layup, but look at that hustle by Kaylee Knight. And she backs it out and gets to Sparkman, and now we have a whistle on the play.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on the Blazers, and it is going to be
Jessica Talley. Jessica Talley, they get her at the free throw. Multitude of substitutions for York as Kristen Haley checks into the ball game, along with Taylor Santer.
And Murphy as well.
Coming out of the ball game for Hood is Jessica Talley. Coming into the ball game for Hood,
Heather Boyce.
Heather Boyce. So it's Boyce, Prater, Mayers, Lee, and the jump shot taken by Kristen Haley is no good, and Hood comes away with it right to left across half-court line. Brianna Lee from the right side shoots a 17-footer, and it's no good off the back of the rim, and with 9:34 left to go here in the second half, York leads 47-36. Dribble drive along the baseline is Asia Walfer. Her shot off the glass is good.
And boy, the Blazers just attempting too many shots early in the shot clock. The last, 4 or 5 times down the court, you need to use the shot clock a little bit. Set up that offense.
With the ball is Brianna Lee into the front court on the right side. Cross-court pass to Prater on the left side. Right back to Lee. Lee on the dribble drive, too many steps. Another turnover by the Hood Blazers. That's going to be turnover number 16 rather. And with 9:06 left to go here in the second half, York leads 49-36, and they are in control of the game and the ball.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. York playing good basketball. It's Sparkman. Who would have thought, leading them?
Taylor Santer, you're absolutely right, Doug. Their unquestioned leader. On the dribble drive to the basket is Brittany Hicks. She shoots a layup off the glass, up and good. And York leads 51-36 with 8:44 left to go here in the second
half. And Ryan, we've talked so much about Walfer, about Sparkman. Hicks has 13. She averages 12 this season.
They're doing it from all sorts of ways, and Prater knocking it down. Her three-pointer is good. Diana Prater has been the heart and soul, really, of Wood Hood. She has more than half of their team total of 39. It's 51-39 York with 8:19 left to go. And April Sparkman make that Kristen Haley knocking it down, a jump shot, giving York a 14-point lead.
Yeah, and the Hood has to get back to playing defense. We said they win when they hold opponents under 60. York had 30 at the half. They are on way too fast of a pace for Hood.
Emily Mayers, the entry pass to Wiley. Wiley hits a cutting Mayers off the glass. A well-designed play, a give and go of sorts from Wiley to Mayers and back to Mayers, and into the front court is York with the ball. Top of the key, dribble drive by Asia Walfer. She pulls it back out and gives to Kristen Haley. Haley, one bounce dribble, the entry pass into April Sparkman. Her shot is no good, and the rebound is taken down by Rachel Wiley.
And that's what Hood needs. They need good defensive pressure. They stepped out on Hicks there and made her shoot a bad shot.
Emily Mayers from the left side, her 17-footer is no good. Now Brianna Lee pulls down the offensive rebound and gets it to go, and suddenly a 4-0 run has Hood to within 10 at 53-43 with 7:19 left to go here in the second half.
And it's a 5-0 run in the last minute 35 for the Blazers. And wow, Diana Prater, 25 points. Ryan, that is tying her career high. That happened against Washington Adventist on January 2nd of this year for the Blazers. That was a game here at the BB&T Arena, and boy, only player in double figures for Hood. But April Sparkman and Brittany Hicks, really the only ones doing anything for this York squad. But you do have to point out Kristen Haley as well, who didn't have a point in that first half. She now has 9.
Yeah, Haley's really coming alive. They're starting to execute, starting to shoot a little bit better. They began the first half, they began the second half rather with, they're shooting about 35 or 34, 35%. They're still at 35%, but they've hit 5 3-pointers to Hood's 4. Free throws are where it's at though for York. They're 8 for 11 from the line, almost 73%. They have 39 rebounds. They've turned the ball over 14 times. And as you go up and down these categories, they're relatively close. It's just the little things that York is doing to really put them and give them the edge.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. And you know, maybe you sit here with 7:19 left in this second half, and the Blazers trail by 10. And maybe it's a point where you say, you know, York is a little more talented. They certainly are. There's no doubt about it. They're a little taller. They're a little more athletic, but the Blazers are sticking with them.
Yeah, they sure are. And just within execution, it's all about execution. Really comes down to execution. Into the front court now is York with a 10-point lead, 50-43, 7 minutes left to go. A 3-point shooting Asia Walfer gets an air ball, no good, but it's pulled down by April Sparkman. Sparkman top of the key to Walfer. 6 on the shot clock, 5 on the shot clock. Dribble drive by Taylor Santer over to a jump shooting Asia Walfer, and that's good. Asia Walfer is filling it up from the floor.
Walfer only her second field goal of the night, 5th point.
55-43, York leads, 6:38 left to go here in the second half of the BB&T Arena. Ryan Hedrick, Doug Raftery, and Jaime Rodriguez with you. 6.5 left to go as Diana Prater dribbles the ball on the right side. Now top of the key, the Heather Boyce. Boyce dribbling with the right hand. She terminates the dribble, entry pass to Rachel Wiley, who takes it up strong. It's blocked, and there's a foul called on the play.
Yeah, Wiley got hit in the wrist there. She'll go on the line to shoot too. And a good aggressive play by Wiley. Haven't seen that in the second half, mostly because of the 3 fouls.
Kristen Byers in the ballgame, 5'2" junior from Hagerstown. Out of Boonesboro High School. Free throw by Wiley is no good, and you can tell, Doug, she's mentally just not there, very disenchanted with herself as she misses that free throw, and the second free throw is also no good. And she's not only 1 out of 6 from the field, she's 0-2 from the line. She has 3 fouls, 10 rebounds, and 2 points. And in the front court is York. York with the ball, Kelsey Murphy. Now Murphy gives it cross court to April Sparkman. She walked with the ball, and she walked with the ball. Turnover number 15 on York.
And, you know, it's uncharacteristic for York. They're really not too bad in the turnover category so far this season, but they hold by a 12-point lead with 6 left in this one.
6 minutes left to go here. York leads 55-43. Byers throws the ball away into the waiting hands of the York defender. Cross court down the lane is Asia Walfer. She has the shot blocked, and York will reset it. That did not reset the 30-second shot clock. So Taylor Santer will dribble it out above the 3-point line, top of the key to Kelsey Murphy. Now the entry pass goes in to Kristen Haley, and her shot is no good. And there's a whistle on the play. We're going to get Rachel Wiley with the foul. That's going to be her fourth, Doug. Jack Mayle has a decision to make.
Yeah, absolutely. As Diana Prater comes and talks to the near side referee who called the foul. And to the line to shoot two will be Haley. Again, Haley came in to this half without a point. She is now in double figures with 10, averages 12 a game.
Haley's free throw extends the lead 56-43. Advantage York with 5:37 left to go here in the second half. Free throws are both good by Haley. She's having a monster half, as Doug alluded to seconds ago. 5:37 left to go here in the second half. York leads 57-43. Hood has the ball. It'll be Jessica Talley, Diana Prater, Emily Mayers, Heather Boyce, Rachel Wiley on the floor for Hood. And for York, Kelsey Murphy, Christine Haley, as Diana Prater dribbles across the half-court line right to left. Emily Mayers on the left side with 19 on the shot clock to Heather Boyce, top of the key. Boyce terminates the dribble and gives to Diana Prater. Prater dribble drive, goes to the cup, and her off-balance shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Look at Haley fight for the offensive rebound. She can't convert the put-in, but a great try by Haley sneaking in there to get the rebound. Into the front court is York, and a three-point shooting Kelsey Murphy misses it, and the ball is out of bounds to Hood.
Yeah, and the Blazers, yeah, they're fighting, Ryan. They certainly are. You keep using, we used the word resiliency in the last game against Marymount. You just need to keep going at it. And even though this one looks like it might be out of hand, down 14 with 5:03 left, we've seen crazier things happen.
You're within a couple of three-pointers away from making this an 8-point game. You never stop playing. Diana Prater to the cup. Her shot is blocked, and it's taken down by York. Left to right comes Asia Walfer. Diana Prater tries to steal it from behind, but she could not as Walfer blows by her. Now on the left side, shooting a three-pointer is April Sparkman. The ball is knocked out of bounds, and Hood Blazers will have the ball with 4:44 left to go in this game. And York up 57-43. Diana Prater will work right to left across your internet dial.
How about Prater? 8 of 15 from the floor, came in shooting only 35.7% from the floor in CAC matchups this season.
Heather Boyce cross court to Emily Mayers. Mayers dribble drive, terminates the dribble, left elbow of the key. Now back to Jessica Talley with 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key to Heather Boyce. Boyce now picks up her dribble. 5 on the 30-second shot clock. Prater for 3. Her shot is blocked. Into the waiting hands of Wiley, whose shot is also blocked. And a shot clock violation for Hood as things become unraveled here at the BB&T Arena. 57-43 advantage for York with 4:12 left to go here in the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Wiley's struggling on the offensive end, really frustrated. She's got 11 boards, though, Ryan. And Wiley, the 9th time in 14 games this season, she has double-digit rebounds.
Asia Walfer now right side to Brittany Hicks. The entry pass inside goes to Haley, and there's a whistle that blows. Too many steps is the call on Haley.
And it's actually going to be called a foul. That's my bad. It looked like it was going to be a travel, but it's going to be a foul on York.
They could have called it either way. And coming out of the ball game will be Haley, the aforementioned Haley. She'll sit on the bench next to her teammates and think about the 5th conference victory just waiting. 3 minutes and 54 seconds away from happening, with York up 57-43. Diana Prater into the front court, cross-court pass to Emily Mayers. Mayers holds it up in 2 hands with 18 on the shot clock. Mayers dribbling patiently with the right hand, now gives to Prater, who's had a heck of a ball game. Prater dribble drive, and on the way to the basket, loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover Hood, and York has the ball.
Just the way that things are going for the Blazers in this second half. Again, only a 5-point deficit in the first half for Hood, but York heated up. The Blazers cooled down from the field, and it's about as easy as a story as that.
Turnover number 20 for the Blazers with 3:25 left to go here in the second half. York leads 57-43. Top of the key, Kelsey Murphy, dribble drive, kicks it to her teammate, baseline left, Asia Walfer, and she is filling it up. Asia Walfer is hitting jumpers left and right as this game winds down. 3:07 left to go here in the second half. York up 59-43. Heather Boyce into the front court, gives to Emily Mayers. Right side to Diana Prater. Prater holding it up, baseline right to Heather Boyce. She terminates the dribble. Entry pass to Wiley. Wiley walked with the ball. She was indecisive about whether she wanted to pass to Prater or give to Emily Mayers at the top of the key. And a turnover for Hood. Hood commits turnover number 21.
And we said at halftime, right before we started the second half, Ryan, the Blazers want to keep it under 20, the turnover category. If you're going to have a chance against this tough York squad, and they haven't been able to do that, they average 23 turnovers a game, and that's one reason why they're going to probably fall to 0-7 now in the CAC.
With the ball is April Sparkman. Sparkman top of the key to Kelsey Murphy. Now the entry pass back into Sparkman, and Sparkman gets hammered going to the hole. And the wiry veteran will go to the line for free throws. As April Sparkman's line this evening, 6 for 13 from the line, 2 for 3 from downtown, 16.6 rebounds. Another well-rounded effort for the fifth-year senior.
Yeah, absolutely. Sparkman just phenomenal in this one as Rachel Wiley is going to check out for the Blazers. Her 5th foul on Sparkman. So Wiley will foul out of this game, and again, Sparkman averages 17.1 points per game, and she is now at 17.
As Sparkman makes the free throw, we've harped on the fact that this team is so good at the line, but it can't be understated enough. Shooting 74.5% collectively at the line as Sparkman gets both free throws to go, and with 2:30 left to go here in the game, York leads 61-43. Heather Boyce at the top of the key gives to Emily Mayers, who drives the left baseline. Mayers now terminates the dribble, steps around her defender, shoots the ball, no good, and the rebound's taken down by Brittany Hicks. Hicks left to right across the half-court line, now throws it away into the waiting hands of Emily Mayers. Mayers will come right to left for Hood. Hood now with 2:08 left to go in the game, down 61-43. Diana Prater on the left side, down the lane, hanging acrobatic right-hand runner off the glass. It's good.
Congratulations, Diana Prater, a career-high 27 points now.
Prater, our pregame guest, has not let down the fans who have come to see her. Now the shot is no good, and there's another foul on the play. I believe they're going to get Emily Mayers. And no, that's
Straub.
Yeah, Straub with the goal. That's what I get for guessing about the fouls.
Well, we have live video feed here on the Hood Athletic Network now.
Video never lies. The announcers might, but the video doesn't. So the free throw is good by Brittany Hicks. Hicks, the 5'9" sophomore from Dover, Pennsylvania, went to York Catholic High School. A myriad of substitutions here as
Byers will check out for the Blazers. Jessica Talley will come in for Hood.
Talley has had a rough game, Doug, but I love the energy that she's exhibited here. She's 0 for 8 from the field, but she's never given up on the second chance opportunities. I guess that's Jessica Talley for you.
Yeah, she's got 4 rebounds. I mean, but you can't say about the movement on the offensive end. She helps with the perimeter play and working down low. There's no doubt about it.
1:45 left to go here in the game, and York up 63-45. Diana Prater with the ball, top of the key, dribbling with the right hand. Now she gives to Boyce, baseline left. Boyce will take the long 19-footer. It's off the back of the rim, no good. And now with the ball is Khadijah Mitchell. Mitchell inside and throws it off the foot of her teammate, and Hood has the ball. Jessica Talley now, right side to Diana Prater. Prater to Emily Mayers for 3 at the top of the key. That's extremely short. Almost didn't hit the rim. And Jess Selby will come away with it and give to Khadijah Mitchell. This 5'2" senior from Bel Air, Maryland, will bring it across the half-court line. Now she gives the ball to Loretta Tunisi, and she shoots a jumper, no good. And that will allow Tiffany Jansen to get into the ball game. And Mitchell, short stay in the ball game, goes right back out.
Jansen, a 5'3" freshman from Cockeysville, Maryland.
Tanuzi gets the ball in and scores a nice layup. Tanuzi running off a pick, scores at 65-45. York leads by 20 with 53 and 8/10 seconds left to go, and a whistle on the play. And we're going to get another foul call on Tiffany Jansen, the freshman from Cockeysville, Maryland. Now send Diana Prater to the line to try to pad her totals.
Yeah,
very
why not?
Impressive totals.
Oh, absolutely. 7 of 13 from the free throw line, make it 8 of 14 now for Prater. And this is a junior coming into this season. Knowing she has a first-year head coach, knowing the Blazers, they might struggle as she makes the second one, but she keeps her head high. And now she has 29 because of it.
Yeah, Diana Prater is righted her ship, at least in a numbers aspect. She's having a monstrous game with the three-pointer shot no good. A nice offensive rebound by Kaylee Knight, shot no good. Now there's a mad scramble on the floor, and Emily Stroup is involved. And that is going to end up in a jump ball. And Stroup, I think, took a hard shot in the left eye. And she's rubbing the eye as she walks across the half-court line. She's tough. She'll shake it off, though. And with 36.5 seconds left to go in this ball game, York leads 65-47 as Diana Prater comes right to left across the half-court line. Prater down the lane, running right-hander, no good. Jessica Talley tried to fight for the rebound, but it was taken away by Megan Lanigan, and now a double dribble into the backcourt, and Tiffany Jansen, the one that double dribbled. Another turnover by York. That'll be turnover number 19.
You know, and as we talk about Diana Prater, obviously we've talked about her with her 29. And, you know, you talk about padding stats, but, you know, it looks good. When you're in the CAC, Prater, 5th in points per game in the CAC, averages 13 coming into this one. It'll bring her up in those rankings as well.
Absolutely. Heather Boyce for three. Heather Boyce draining and knocking it down. 65-50. York leads 9 seconds left to go in this ballgame. Hood not giving up. Tremendous effort by them at the end of the game. Lanigan gives to Tanuzi. Her three-pointer is no good, and the buzzer expires. That's all. That's it. And Hood might not have come up with a win. There's a couple of positives that you could point to in this one, Doug. York comes away with a 65-50 victory here. Their 11th victory of the season. They're 11-3, but more importantly, they're 5-1 in conference as they continue their pursuit of first place.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Blazers, they'll fall to 3-11 overall, 0-7 in the CAC. And Ryan, we talk about a tight first half that the Blazers had. It was 30-25 at halftime, you know, looking at the score then. But Hood really just outplayed in that second half. April, Sparkman, Hicks, and Haley, the big three for York, really propelled them to win.
Yeah, they had a great team effort, Doug, and basically what happened here is we saw experience prevail. And I'm not talking about experience from a junior, senior level. You're talking about a team who's been together for a couple of years. You have 8 sophomores on this York Spartans team, and they played well in parts, but when it really mattered, they slammed the door down on a possible Hood Blazer comeback. And for Hood, the second half adjustments just not created in the locker room. A lot of turnovers in the second half, low field goal percentage leads to another loss in conference.
Yeah, and you can't talk enough about Diana Prater for the Blazers, Ryan. She was really impressive in this one. Had 29 points, 9 of 19 from the floor. She was 2 of 6 from long range, 9 of 15 from the free throw line, and no other player on the Blazers were in double digits. And boy, it's unbelievable performance, a career high for her.
Yeah, and Diana Prater pretty much did what she wanted to do on the court this evening, including getting to the line a bunch of times. And, you know, for her, 15 free throw attempts tonight, Doug. And that was the key thing that really, she put out a lot of energy getting to the line. And in terms of her other teammates, Rachel Wiley, just the learning process continues. 1 for 6 from the field tonight. She played 35 minutes, but she fouled out. And, you know, again, an opportunity for the freshman to learn. She did, however, have 11 rebounds.
Absolutely. Rachel Wiley, 9th game this year in which she has double-digit rebounds. And the Blazers fall 65-50 in women's basketball play. And next we have the men's game, Ryan. It is the Hood College Blazers coming in at 9-4 overall, 2-3 in the CAC. York comes in 7-7 overall, 2-3 in the Capital Athletic Conference. It is going to be a good one here at the BB&T Arena as we have a special interview coming up, and we'll probably be able to talk to a couple of players in the locker room before the game, so make sure you stay tuned to that one. The Blazers will begin play in about 20 minutes. We'll start the pregame show in about 13 minutes as the Blazer men look to win 6 games in a row. Doug Raftery, Ryan Hedrick with you on the Hood Athletic Network.